Hey, it's me from the past. I'm glad you can make it to this video, and I just want to tell you that I know you've got a lot of really dumb things going through your mind, and you might not think they're dumb right now, but trust me, they are. Listen, man, what you need is some higher aspirations and something bigger than yourself. And I know what you're thinking, rolling something bigger than yourself and then getting higher than you've ever been does not count. Before we get done with this talk, I just want you to consider implementing a few things into your life. Trust me, by my age, you could be worth about $500,000 if you just do these things that I'm about to suggest you do. Number one, consider not going to college. I'm not saying don't go to college, but just consider it. Think about this. What do you really want in life? What do you want to be? Now, if I know you, which I do know you because I am you, you probably just said you want to be a doctor. But do you really want to be a doctor? Who told you that you wanted to be a doctor? Did you tell yourself that you want to be a doctor? Did your parents tell you want to be a doctor? Did someone at career day tell you wanted to be a doctor? Where did that idea come from? I want you to explore that. How much time have you spent doing what doctors do? You do know what doctors do, don't you? And do you really want to be a doctor, or is it just that you want to be financially set? Look, I'm about to flash a couple people on the screen in front of you, and I want you to tell me what they all have in common. Now, I know you don't know who these people are, but what they all have in common is they're not doctors. These people are entrepreneurs, they're in business, and that's what you're going to need to stop being scared of doing and go into that business. You're going to need to understand that being provided a salary, basically what that means is that you're doing a service that's more valuable than what somebody else is willing to pay you. You need to understand that you're going to be paid in this world based upon the value that you provide to the marketplace, not based upon how hard you work. So it doesn't matter how hard you're working, it matters how much value you're providing. So go out there and try to provide some value in some way. These people in this example, they have a very strong sense of why. Consider reading this book. This is called, I'm not sure if it's in focus here, this is called Start With Why. It's 2011 over there. This book came out in 2009. Go ahead and pick it up. This is going to tell you exactly how to stay motivated and keep going. It's more important for you right now in life to know why you're doing things than to know what you've been told to do. So go ahead and pick that book up and figure out why you want to be in college, if you even want to be in college in the first place. Number two, go out there and get a credit card immediately. And then for you specifically, go ahead and shred it. Now, if you are financially responsible, were someone to stick to a budget and not spend all of your money on partying, I would say keep the credit card. But honestly, for you, get it started. Understand what a credit score is important for. It's going to be very important in wealth building as far as real estate, getting lower interest on loans. But for you, go ahead and just sign up for it, get your credit history started, and then just hand that credit card off to your parents because you have no income. So if you spend anything on a credit card, bad idea. Don't do it. Number three is learn what a 401k is and learn what a Roth IRA is. Open a Roth IRA and just trust me on this one. You start contributing at age 18, you're going to be very far ahead of your peers by the time you guys get out of college. Trust me on this one. Number four, read books by people that are in the position that you want to be in the future. So a lot of your answers to your questions are already out there. A lot of the answers to questions you don't even know to ask yet are already out there. What you need to do is pick up those books by people, by the experts, either in your field or just in positions that you want to be in. If you're anything like me, which you are, because you are me, your main goal of going to college is to build wealth. So you need to go to those wealthy people's books and figure out how they got there. You're going to learn a lot, and you're going to get there a lot faster than I did. Number five, learn what a stock is, learn what a dividend stock is, and learn how to invest in stocks. I know you see those charts all the time on CNBC. You see those lines going up and down and up and down, and then there's this crazy guy screaming about buy this, buy that. That's a whole lot of noise. These things called stocks and there's all this talks about recession and all these other things. You need to really dig in and figure out what they're talking about and figure out what's noise and what's important to look at. So I know a lot of people your age like to talk about stocks. They really don't know what it is, and what it is basically just a piece of ownership within a company. So for example, imagine if you owned the entirety of Amazon. Like, you'd be super rich, you'd be richer than Jeff Bezos, right? Well, a stock is just allowing you to buy a part of that. So it's just a piece of ownership in that company. Ownership in general is going to be a key to your success, and you need to learn as much as you can about it as soon as possible. Number 6, learn what passive income is and how important it is. So a lot of what you've learned in high school has taught you this is what you're going to do. You're going to learn these things. You're going to get this major, or you're going to go through high school. You're going to go to a trade school, whatever, school, and then you're going to go and you're going to work for earned income. Well, basically what passive income is income that you don't have to work for. It's either income that comes to you through, it could be a rental property, it could be a dividend stock, which we talked about earlier. It's just something that you do not have to work for. Some people, there's plenty, I'll put some on the screen right now. There's plenty of ways to get some passive income, but that's just going to help free up your time so that you don't have to work for every dollar. By the way, if you work for every dollar and then you go and spend that frivolously, you're basically indirectly spending your time. So when you're spending on that thing that you don't need, imagine you're taking moments of your life and just handing them across that counter and just throwing them away. That's the way that you need to look at it. Imagine you're just handing moments of your life across that counter, and then they're giving you back something that you don't need. You need those moments more than you need that thing. Number 7 is consider putting yourself into a position where you can own where you live as soon as possible and learn as much as you can about buy and hold real estate investing. If you look at data on millionaires, one thing that they all have in common is that they own where they live. Not all, but most of them own where they live, and they have very little debt. Owning where you live can be beneficial in a lot of different ways. For example, your rent's not going to randomly go up. You're not going to have to worry about getting kicked out of your place unless you don't pay your mortgage. Depending on what type of property and how many rooms you have, you can rent out your rooms. For example, if you were to go to college and get like a 3 or 4 bedroom, you could rent out those rooms, and that equity is going to you. It's going and tacking on your net worth rather than subtracting it and giving it over to some other family. Here are a couple good books on rental property investing. Consider giving these a read. They're really good and they'll teach you how to build wealth over time. Let's get into the next one. Number 8 is I want you to start a budget. I want you to know exactly how much you're spending. I want you to know how much you're making, which is nothing at this point. So you need to, first of all, get a job. That should have been number 1. Take those, and whatever's left over, I want you to take that and see what would happen if you invested it. I promise you, if you take this out over 30 or 40 years, you're going to be shocked by the results. Number 9, I want to tell you the purpose of saving. Now, it's almost kind of like a truism, oh, you should save your money, or you should. It's not even as much of a truism that you should invest your money, but no one ever tells you why. So the reason why you should save is just in case emergencies come up. You don't want to have to go into debt. That's just going to take you into that hole. It's just going to take you into a very, very deep, dark place that you do not want to be in. Trust me, I've seen it happen to so many people. When it comes to saving, you want to save at least 3 to 6 months of expenses. This is going to be tough for you right now because you don't have a job, which, once again, you need a job. You're not going to get to wealth standing stagnant, staying in place, or even worse, moving backwards, going into debt. I need you to understand the purpose of investing. The purpose of investing is to take your retirement into your own hands. A lot of people think that the only way to retire is the way that their parents and grandparents did it, which is through pensions, through the 401k, taking things into your own hands. You can go out there, you can buy these portions of these companies, you can buy real estate, and just get income coming in so that you can support yourself off of the things that you bought during your career. Number 10 hits very close to home because, look, as of recording this video, you, me, we are 26 years old, and I know this one's going to shock you. Number 10, buying a new car after college is not going to make you rich. It's not going to make you look rich. It's going to make you look trapped. To people in the know, it makes you look stupid. I'm just being honest. Consider buying something that you can afford with cash. You don't need to stunt. You're going to be somewhere between 22 to 24 years old when you graduate. You don't need to be focused on having a nice car. The one good thing that came out of that was I rapidly had to learn how to increase my income, which taught me that it is possible to increase your income. You just have to get out there and provide value to the marketplace. So hopefully this was of value to somebody out there. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. And if you're watching this in 2011, make sure you give it 5 stars. And I'll see you guys in the next one.